Working in forensics, I believe in one thing. The dead don't talk. But bodies never lie.
That serial killer case you just solved made the news. The department is giving you some time off.
Yeah. Who is she?
You're still alive, but she's about to die. Her name is Grace Bennett, the deposed queen of the Cold Palace in Great Ashford. You two share the same soul, just separated by 1,000 years.
My dear elder sister.
Oh my God.
You have one last chance to seek revenge for her and save yourself. Are you down for it?
I'll rewrite this destiny.
Grace, how could you be so careless? Quick, give me your hand. I will pull you up.
Since you love watching people drown, why don't you get a taste of it yourself?
Grace Bennett, you're asking for it.
Your Majesty, Grace has lost it. I was trying to be kind and save her, but she tried to drag me down with her.
Deposed Queen Grace for assaulting the noble consort. 20 lashes and take her back to the Cold Palace.
Your Majesty, I didn't just fall in. I was pricked with a needle before being pushed into the pool.
Grace? Even if you hate me, you can't just make things up like this.
Evelyn Caro has the scent of bitter almonds on her sleeve. Just now, her palace maid was saying that the almond pudding for Princess Ruby shouldn't get cold. Your Majesty, if you don't investigate now, before midnight tonight, Princess Ruby will be gone.
Grace, if you're lying about the princess's life, I'll have your head tomorrow.
Then check. Once you do, you'll see. It wasn't me who fell into the water today. It's Evelyn's life.
Your Majesty, Grace fell into the water herself. She even wants to frame me. Now she has even dragged Princess Ruby into this. She has clearly lost it.
Grace, this is your last chance. Where is the evidence? The evidence is on her.
First, when she was struggling with me earlier, her nails scratched my arm. Under her nails, there must still be traces of my skin. Second, the moss is thickest on the west bank. If there is no moss on her soles, it proves that she was never standing there to save me. Third, the needle mark on my neck is still there. If your Majesty does not believe me, have the court doctor examine us and report to your Majesty.
Your Majesty, the wound on Lady Grace's arm indeed matches the flesh found under noble consort Evelyn's nails. Noble consort Evelyn's soles also indeed had moss from the west bank on them. About the side of the neck, it looks like a wound from a fine needle.
Your Majesty, I did not mean it. I was just trying to pull Grace and slipped. About that needle, I really do not know anything about it.
Slipped? You slipped once. And nearly took my life.
Noble consort Evelyn's behavior is improper. Slap her 10 times. Confine her to Radiant's palace. Without my command, she is not to leave.
There is still time. Investigate immediately. Everything Princess Ruby ate today, especially the almond cake.
Go check. Yes, sire.
It wasn't sudden death, it was arsenic.
Lady Grace, the Internal Affairs Office said Lucy suddenly dropped dead and must be taken out and buried tonight.
It really was you. Evelyn, you did not just want to kill me. You would not even spare the last living person by my side.
Something is wrong, Princess Ruby. Quickly, call the court doctor.
Now it is your turn to beg me. This is for you. Dig it up.
My lady, this body was buried by the palace. Desecrating it is a major crime.
She didn't die of illness. She was silenced. Help me find the truth if you want to stay alive. There are white particles in the stomach. Her lips and teeth are dark. The base of her tongue is stiff. It's arsenic, not suicide. It was administered slowly through her medicine. There's skin debris, too. She clawed at her killer before she died.
How dare you, Grace Bennett? Desecrating a body and disturbing the dead. Back here.
You guys got here fast. It figures Lucy's killer is more afraid of her talking than I am.
Your Majesty, it's this wicked woman. She was spreading lies all day. Then she went digging up bodies at night. Now Princess Ruby is dead, it figures. If it wasn't her, who else could it be?
Your Majesty, I told you so. Grace has lost it. She's trying to take the whole court down to be buried with her.
Grace, didn't you say Princess Ruby would die? Well, she's dead now. Now you tell me, is this a coincidence, or is it your doing?
Let me perform an autopsy.
How dare you? A deposed queen isn't fit to touch a princess's body.
You're so afraid of me touching her. Why? Afraid I'll find something you're hiding?
I'll give you 10 minutes. If you don't find the cause of death, you'll be buried with Princess Ruby.
Nobody move. The killer is in this room. Princess Ruby's mouth and nose smell like bitter almonds. Her gums are darkened. Her fingertips are curled. She didn't just drop dead, it's cyanide. She didn't consume much. The almond cakes, pastries, and silver spoon on the table. All must be tested.
You're talking nonsense again. What cyanide? One sniff is all it takes. It's literally absurd.
The almond curd isn't poison. The pastries aren't poison. What's poison is the silver spoon you swapped. You feared the residue would hurt you, so you used your sleeve to hold it. And there's a fresh burn on your right hand from using boiling water to dissolve the toxic powder. Eunuch Fred, do you want to tell your Majesty? Who made you do this?
Your humble servant was wrong. Your humble servant was forced into this.
A poison needle to the throat. His killer is watching from outside.
Seal the palace. Don't let anyone leave. Grace, I'll ask you once more. Do you have anything to do with this case?
If I were involved, Eunuch Fred wouldn't have been so eager to reveal the mastermind.
Your Majesty, Eunuch Fred is dead and cannot testify. Of course she could say whatever she wanted. However, I just caught an assassin who broke into the palace tonight. He was carrying a medallion from Lancaster Manor. Everyone knows that Lancaster Manor is Grace's family home. In the case of Princess Ruby, perhaps she colluded with her family to stage a comeback.
I see. Since you couldn't kill me, you killed the princess instead. Now that the princess is dead, you want to take them all down. Duke Caro, that was a ruthless move.
How dare you?
From today, Grace will assist in investigating Princess Ruby's case. About Lancaster Manor, it will be guarded by the Imperial Guard for now. Until the case is solved, no one is to make a move. Grace, if you can't find the mastermind, then Princess Ruby's life and the lives of everyone in Lancaster Manor will be on your head.
Your Majesty, the evidence is irrefutable. Assassins broke into the palace last night. They were carrying medallions from Lancaster Manor. Princess Ruby just died, and Grace was already spreading rumors. If this goes unpunished, where is the dignity of the crown?
Duke Caro, you say this is my family's medallion, but do you know what kind of wood our family's private guards use for theirs?
This is clearly the Manor's standard issue.
My family's guard medallions are made of 3-year-old bogwood. It's naturally dark, and blood won't soak in. But this one is new wood made to look old. The blood from last night still smells fresh. Duke Caro, framing my family with a freshly made knockoff. Aren't you getting all worked up?
That's a load of crap.
Bring in the assassin caught last night. This man has thick calluses on his palms and old armor-chafing scars on his neck. He leads with the outside of his right foot, a habit from years of cavalry charges, but my family has always been scholars. Where would we get elite cavalry? Duke Caro, however, controls the ironclad regiment. He has plenty of men like this.
You think you can pin this on me? With just a few words?
Duke Caro, how do you explain this? Lancaster Manor is temporarily cleared of charges, but will remain under guard. Grace, you have 3 days to find the smoking gun and the real mastermind. Otherwise, I'll still seize Lancaster Manor. Dismissed.
You didn't just arrive last night. You've been to the Imperial tombs before. Princess Ruby wasn't your real target. You killed her, just to draw everyone's attention. Back to the inner palace. The thing you're really hiding is at the Imperial tombs, isn't it?
You're too late.
Quick, call a court doctor.
Tell me, Who sent you to the Imperial tombs? Duke Caro, you're not trying to hide a body. You're hiding the truth inside a grave.
His Majesty's oral decree. The 3-day limit. 1 day has already passed. If there are truly clues in the Imperial tomb case, please find them out quickly, Lady Grace. It is the only way to clear the names of the late Empress and the Bennett family.
I accompanied you here not because I trust you, but to keep an eye on you. If you dare use the Imperial tomb to cause trouble, I will be the first to kill you.
Your Highness, pull up.
Grace, you.
This horse isn't just spooked. It's been drugged. Look at its bloodshot eyes. Saliva is dripping from its mouth. Its hind legs are trembling. The drug is taking effect. Someone timed this perfectly. To make the horse go wild at the mountain bend, so your Highness would die in the fall.
Assassins, protect His Highness. Protect him.
They aren't just here to kill you. They're afraid of us reaching the Imperial tomb alive. Men from the Ironclad Regiment. There's a scent of blood. Someone was just here last night.
Who dares disturb my mother's tomb?
The cut on the guard's neck is very straight. It's from a military dagger. This armor fragment is a shoulder plate commonly used by the Ironclad cavalry. The assassin's boots also had soil from the Imperial tomb on them. Your Highness, now, do you still think this is just a coincidence?
What do you think they're hiding?
Princess Ruby's case was just a distraction. What they're really hiding isn't in the inner court. It's right here. If I'm not mistaken, what they're afraid of us seeing isn't that the tomb was disturbed, but the late Empress's coffin.
Open the tomb. Open the coffin.
Your Highness, the tribute powder used by the late Empress who supplied it?
Fragrance Pavilion. It's owned by the Caro family.
Lady Grace, what can you see from this?
She didn't just drop dead. It was chronic lead poisoning. Lead poisoning doesn't happen overnight. She used tribute powder with excessive lead content for a long time. It accumulated over time, and she was literally poisoned to death.
You mean Mother didn't die of illness all those years? But was murdered bit by bit?
Yes, the culprit was very clever. They didn't let her die immediately, but made her increasingly frail and weaker and weaker. Eventually, everyone would think she was just gravely ill.
If the evidence is solid, I'll personally slaughter the entire Caro family.
The wooden gate has fallen. It's kerosene. They want to suffocate us in here.
This isn't ordinary lime. It's saltpeter. What are you doing? To prevent grave robbing, the Imperial tombs contain saltpeter and air vents in the passages. The main gate is blocked, so we can only blow our way out through the drainage.
Blow up the Imperial tomb? But this is the late Empress's resting place.
If we don't blow it up, we'll all die here. If you want to live, blow your mother's tomb open.
Arg. Pull the trigger.
Cover your nose and mouth. Everyone, get back.
I originally thought this woman could only perform autopsies and solve cases. I didn't expect she'd be as cold as ice even when killing.
We are really finished this time. Bombing the tomb and opening the coffin, and so many people died. Once we're back in the capital, if Duke Caro speaks up, we'll all lose our heads.
That's assuming he's even able to open his mouth.
Your Majesty, the deposed Grace used her lies to mislead the public, manipulating His Highness into opening the late Empress's tomb without permission. Then she set fire to and bombed the mausoleum, disturbing the soul of the late Empress. She deserves to die for this.
The tomb's guardian was murdered. A robber's tunnel was dug first, and assassins were lying in wait. If it weren't for Grace, I would have died on the mountain path. My mother would still be bearing the false reputation of dying from illness, buried deep underground. Duke Caro, why are you in such a hurry to convict her? What are you afraid of?
His Highness is young, so it's only natural for him to be deceived. Who knows if that so-called evidence was forged by her on the spot.
Where is the evidence?
In the late Empress's funerary gifts, the lead residue in the powder box has not dissipated. The Guardian died by a military blade, and the assassins had old injuries from the Ironclad Regiment. Being trapped in the underground palace proves our route was leaked long ago. The mausoleum case wasn't an accident. It was a move to silence witnesses.
Enough, Grace. I will give you 3 more days. Bring the smoking gun connecting the Caros, the tribute powder, the assassins, and Princess Ruby's case before me. If you fail, you and Lancaster Manor will be buried with the late Empress.
So the mole followed us back to the palace.
Are you sure the mole will show up tonight?
Only those with us know the route to the Imperial Tomb. The traps in the underground palace were triggered too perfectly. It wasn't some outsider with special powers. It was one of us who kept sending tips. I made sure everyone saw it today. The wooden box was taken into the prayer hall, but there were only stones inside. I've already hidden the real evidence.
What if the mole doesn't bite?
He will. Because the Caros are running out of time. Keep them alive.
Just kill me.
What did Duke Caro send you to get? Is it the tribute powder ledgers? Or the orders to mobilize the troops?
The troops from the 4 gates have already.
Catch the assassin. The Caros want to mobilize the troops from the 4 gates. They've lost it.
It's not an outsider. They're still in the palace.
This is only worn by the head maid of Sunrise Palace. It's a standard-issue jade pendant.
Eunuch Calvin, an imperial decree from your majesty. There will be a spring banquet tomorrow afternoon. Everyone in the inner palace is ordered to attend. His Highness and Grace Bennett are to attend as well. No one is to be absent.
Perfect timing. Since he wants to kill someone in the palace, I'll make sure he's humiliated in front of everyone.
I was out of line the other day, and I made you angry. At today's spring banquet, I've specially prepared some bird's nest soup to apologize to you. Please don't be cross with me anymore.
Since it's an apology, why don't you let your attendant taste it first? It would show your sincerity.
You must be joking. I've already had a taste myself. If anything were wrong, would I still be standing here?
You, drink it.
She drank it. Clearly there's no poison. If you still don't believe me, I'm willing to drink more.
The poison isn't in the soup. It's a thin layer of powder around the rim. A small amount alone does nothing. But mixed with warm wine, it's fatal. When you drank it earlier, you drank from the side without poison. I turned the bowl halfway. Your attendant is the one who drank the poison. Evelyn, this isn't an apology. It's a death sentence.
Evelyn, Princess Ruby's case is still unsolved, yet you dare to poison someone publicly at the spring banquet. Do you really think I'm blind?
I'm innocent. I really didn't know.
If you didn't know, why did you tremble when I turned the bowl?
Strip Evelyn Caro of her title of noble consort. Seize her golden decree and confine her to Sunrise Palace. Thoroughly investigate everyone in Sunrise Palace.
Let me go. Let me go.
Good, very good. Humph. I thought she was just a deposed empress in the cold palace, but she's certainly a real threat.
If you don't pull the trigger now, Duke, once His Majesty follows the trail from the spring banquet to the royal tombs and Princess Ruby's case, I'm afraid.
If we wait any longer, all we'll face is total extermination. Send my orders to the Ironclad Regiment. Secretly mobilize the 4 gates. Have our people inside the palace ready to open the gates? Since they want to investigate, let's make sure they die within the palace walls first.
This is Duke Caro's Western Barracks, which he claims has the strictest discipline.
How is this possible?
Winter coat stuffed with reed catkins? How are the soldiers supposed to survive the winter?
Your Highness, you've finally come. It's not that the Western Barracks didn't want the rations. They simply couldn't get them. The rations sent this winter, half were moldy, and half were diverted. The padded coats look thick, but they're filled with nothing but reed catkins. 17 brothers froze to death last December.
Where are the bodies?
Right there, in that dry well.
They didn't die in battle. Their extremities were gangrenous. Their gums were pale. Their stomachs held only grass, roots, and chaff. They starved first, then they froze. They suffered until the end. It's not just the funds they're pocketing, it's human lives.
This is the ledger for rations and supplies from the rotation between the Western Barracks and the 4 gates since last winter. Every missing portion was rerouted to the Blackgate Arsenal. I don't dare hide it any longer. If I keep hiding it, more than just these 17 will die.
Blackgate. It's Blackgate again.
Your Majesty, some loss of military supplies is only natural. It happens all the time. An old quartermaster colludes with the deposed queen, then presents a few bags of moldy grain and ragged clothes just to frame me? It's truly ridiculous.
Loss? Duke Caro, this winter armor has fine fabric on the outside, but it's stuffed with reed catkins inside. And this bag of rations, the top is covered with fresh rice, but underneath is nothing but moldy grain. Those 17 bodies in the well. There wasn't a single whole grain of rice in their stomachs. And you call this loss? Today, it's the soldiers of the Western Barracks who freeze. If the palace gates are ever threatened tomorrow, the capital will be the one that falls.
The rotation camp at Blackgate receives 30% more supplies every month. Yet the food never reaches the warehouse. Duke Caro, explain to me, where did the food go?
Your Majesty, since last November, the rations for Blackgate have always been.
Catch the assassin! The witness died in the Golden Throne Hall. It means the people at Blackgate are already rotten to the core. Father, if you keep stalling, Duke Caro will have a knife to your throat sooner or later.
What do you think?
Duke Caro didn't embezzle the payroll to get rich. It was to fund his own army. He's not funding them to save his own ass. He's doing it to open the palace gates tonight or tomorrow night.
So what do we do now?
Throw some bait. See which rat jumps out first. I'll leak the news. Say that the Emperor is moving the seized ledgers and the command seal to the Crown Prince's vault tonight, and that the Deputy Commander of Blackgate, Kenneth Sparks, will lead the team to escort them personally. Only 3 people know about this. Eunuch Calvin, Kenneth Sparks, and one more, the head palace maid, Mia, who is always in and out of Sunrise Palace.
If there's any movement at the Crown Prince's palace tonight, it means the mole is one of those 3.
Not just that. If Blackgate moves at the same time, it means Kenneth isn't acting alone. The whole gate has been paid off.
Do as he says.
Kenneth, if anything goes wrong tonight, or if a single thing is out of place at the Crown Prince's palace, I'm holding you responsible.
Grace, what if you're wrong?
If I am, I'll pay with my life. But if I'm right, Your Majesty should know that these palace walls around you haven't been yours for a long time.
Move it. The Duke only wants the command seal. Leave no survivors.
Snag them.
It really is him.
Talk. When is Duke going to pull the trigger?
Your Highness, you're too late.
The Duke is opening Blackgate at midnight. Her Highness told me to set the Crown Prince's palace on fire, to lure the Emperor and the Crown Prince over here.
It's over. Blackgate has fallen. Duke Caro's troops are storming the palace.
They're here.
Purge the traitors, kill the Demon Queen, save the nation.
They aren't just testing us. They intend to storm the Grand Pavilion in one go.
Then hurry and escort the Emperor to the Grand Pavilion.
Going to the Grand Pavilion is just waiting for death. The space is vast, the entrances are wide, it's the perfect place for them to corner and kill us.
Watch out, Your Highness!
Grace, you really are a troublemaker. If you hadn't pushed us at every turn, my dad wouldn't have been forced to this point.
Your father commits treason, and you blame me for not dying quietly?
Aren't you the expert at autopsies? So many people are dying tonight. You'd better examine them closely. I'm just curious, though. Who will be left to perform an autopsy on you this time?
Your Majesty, we should retreat through the west corner gate first. Once the palace gates fall, the Imperial Guards in the city will likely...
We cannot retreat. If we fall back tonight, Duke Caro will have the pretext to occupy the Grand Pavilion. He'll seize the Emperor and kill His Highness. By then, it won't just be a coup. It will be the end of our dynasty.
Then do you have a plan?
Go, strike.
This is...
Don't they want to storm the palace? Then let them in. The deeper they enter, the faster they die. Give me half an hour. I will turn the grand pavilion into their grave. Split the oil 3 ways. Spread it in the cracks of the stone steps and the side doors of the grand pavilion. Bury the explosives at the corners of the corridors. Everyone in our crew, wrap white cloth around your sleeves. Cover your nose and mouth with wet cloths. Kill anyone without a white cloth as a rebel.
The guards are thin here. Follow me.
Have the front line pretend they're breaking. Lead them to the front of the hall.
Protect the sovereign and retreat into the grand pavilion. We can't hold them back!
Blackgate can fall. The grand pavilion cannot. Charge!
The real threat hasn't arrived yet.
Grace, why do you keep haunting me?
Save me, Your Highness. I told them everything. You pushed her into the lotus pond. You're the one who ordered me to poison Lucy. Princess Ruby, the spring banquet, opening Blackgate, they were all messages you made me deliver.
You wench! How dare you slander me?
Slander? Those are your mossy footprints by the lotus pond. Lucy was clutching fabric from Sunrise Palace. Your hands were on the poisoned cup at the spring banquet. Evelyn, every move you made, you thought you hid them well. Too bad you enjoy killing with your own hands.
Then you'll be the first to die.
It's over. He's played his last cards.
Your Majesty, get inside the hall. Fake it for him.
Retreat to the grand pavilion.
Adam Ashford, your time has come.
Father, kill Grace first. Kill her first.
Duke Harrow, didn't you want to enter the grand pavilion? Now that you're inside, why are you trying to leave?
Your Majesty, I am innocent. I was forced by my father. Shut up.
Lady Caro poisoned the imperial concubines, plotted against the princess, conspired with rebels, and opened the palace gates without authorization. From this day forth, she is stripped of her rank.
This hairpin? You were lucky to wear it this long.
Traitor.
Don't chase him. He's trying to lure you out of the palace.
Adam, Grace. Tonight, you've only won a palace. I want the whole world.
Grace, if not for you tonight, the crown prince and I would be dead. Starting today, you will hold the Phoenix Seal again. You will lead the inner palace and help investigate the traitors.
Your Majesty, there's movement among the former units in the northern barracks and South Depot. Someone used Duke Caro's command token to mobilize troops overnight.
We won the battle for the palace gates, but the war for the world has just begun.
That was a beautiful win, Grace. But no matter how skilled you are, you've only won inside the palace. The game outside these walls, can you even read it?
Whether I can or not, depends on if you have anything worth saying.
Your father's life, the fate of the Bennett family, and Duke Caro's next move. Only I know these things.
The Lotus Pond, Lucy, Princess Ruby, the Spring Banquet, the lives you took at Blackgate. Every single debt is right here. You're in no position to negotiate. You should be begging me to let you die with some dignity.
Father took half of the Tiger tally, along with the deployment records from Blackgate for the last 3 months. In a hidden compartment in Sunrise Palace, there are the transport maps he needs and the keys to the South Depot. Before tonight, if you don't get them, once the South Depot is open, he'll have supplies, armor, and a way out.
The South Depot.
You think Father fled the palace to save his life? He's actually going there to take lives. To take all of yours.
The same trick won't work twice. Don't you love personally seeing people off to their graves? Don't worry. Once Duke Caro falls, I'll make sure you're wide awake to watch how he dies.
This is the draft for the forged Imperial Decree. the bronze fish tally. Has even the Ministry of War conspired in this?
Lady Bennet, this is bad. Soldiers have surrounded Lancaster Manor. They say they have an order to seize the estate. The Marquis and everyone inside have been blocked at the entrance.
They want to raid my home? Then I'll go and slap them in the face.
By imperial decree, the traitors and rebels are to be detained immediately.
Wait.
Your Majesty?
Minister Julian, you have some nerve reading a forged decree. You must be tired of living.
This is an urgent decree from the Emperor. I wouldn't dare forge it.
A real imperial decree from the inner court uses the dragon cloud watermark. The ink doesn't run when the paper gets wet, but the ink on yours bleeds the moment it touches water. It is common paper. Now look at the seal. A real seal uses cinnabar mixed with ambergris. The color is deep and rich. The ink you used is mixed with pine resin and iron filings. Those are the ingredients used for the Ministry of War's customs documents.
Insolent. This isn't an imperial decree at all.
Your subordinate official. I was only following orders.
Whose orders? The Ministry of War's or Duke Caro's?
Where do you think you're going?
Get him.
The raid was a sham. You're really after the medallion. You're so eager to surround the Bennet house. Because you're afraid I'll find South Depot first.
Ah.
That old bastard Caro isn't just rebelling. He's planning to take the capital's weaponry and open the border gates.
Before midnight tonight, South Depot must be secured. If we're a second late, the border won't be ours to guard. Others will be coming to take it.
The wagon is here. Should we pull the trigger?
Hold up.
What are we waiting for?
If these were grain wagons, they would be heavy in front and light in back. But the tracks on these wagons are equally deep. Inside isn't grain, but iron.
That old traitor is selling us out.
Pull the trigger.
Run? Why have you stopped running?
Your Highness, it is too late. The items Duke Caro wants have already left the city.
You weren't transporting grain to flee. You were transporting the blades that will open the borders. Derek, you deserve to die even more than Duke Caro.
Where is the seal for the northern barracks? Where was that wagon sent?
Even if you kill me, you will never catch it. Someone in the Ministry of War cleared the way. Someone is waiting at 10 Mile Pavilion. Further north is the Duke's turf.
The person meeting you is Leonard Prescott, the Secretary of War. You think staying silent is helping Duke Caro survive. If you do not speak now, on the Golden Throne tomorrow morning, the first one sent to the block will be Leonard. Once Leonard falls and the Ministry of War is purged, not a single inch of that road north will be open to you.
10 Mile Pavilion is just a front. What is really being sent isn't weaponry. It is the secret orders for the Gatehaven handover. Once the Duke arrives with the old seal, the old guard of the Northern Barracks will rally to his banner.
This is literally an inside job.
Your Highness, behind the warehouse an empty wagon is missing. The tracks lead all the way north. We cannot catch them now.
No need to chase them. In court tomorrow morning, we will start by cleaning the Ministry of War.
Your Majesty, the South Depot's armaments were always overseen by the War Office. Occasional reassignments are perfectly normal. About this document, I've never seen it. It must be a rebel forgery, meant to implicate me.
A forgery? Then Minister Prescott should explain why the ink on both of these contains the pine resin used only by the War Office's Ordnance Division and iron filings.
You can't convict me based on ink alone.
How is that a War Office seal?
Illicitly releasing armaments, forging imperial edicts, colluding with rebels. Leonard, how can you say you're not involved?
These things could also be from Lancaster Manor, smuggled by the old guard.
Since last November, every shipment of grain and armor missing from the Northern Barracks, the Four Gates, Blackgate, wound up in your hands. Leonard, you weren't dragged in. From the very beginning, you've been in league with Duke Caro.
Mercy, Your Majesty. Minister Prescott gave us the clearance. He ordered us to surround the manor first, then open the South Depot, and then send the secret orders out through the North Gate. The Duke said as long as the War Office stands, the border gates would open.
Snag him.
So what if you figured it out now? Duke Caro passed Stonebridge last night. By the time he reaches Gatehaven...
Your Majesty, Carter Pierce, the commander at Gatehaven, dropped dead last night. The Northern Barracks veterans recognize the Caro seal. The border troops are in chaos. The Gatehaven auxiliary depot has fallen.
Dropped dead? How?
He didn't just drop dead. It was poison.
Poison again.
Just like the spring banquet and Princess Ruby. The dose was extremely subtle. When mixed with warm wine, it attacks the heart instantly. Duke Caro isn't just defecting. He's been poisoning his way to the border.
If he actually takes control of Gatehaven and the Northern Barracks Old Guard, with enemies further north, it won't just be leftovers from a coup. He'll be using the enemy to storm the gates.
Issue an edict to discuss strategy immediately.
There's no time. By the time the court finishes another debate, Duke Caro will have poisoned a second commander. This trip to the border, I must go.
No, the border is a blade's edge. It is not the inner court. You are not going there to investigate. You are going there to die.
Is staying in the capital not a death sentence? Duke Caro has been poisoning his way through, opening gates and mobilizing troops. He knows best which lines are the dirtiest. The commander of Gatehaven's cause of death is exactly the same as at the spring banquet. Besides me, who can identify the poison the fastest?
I request to accompany her. I still have some old acquaintances in the Northern Barracks. At least I can recognize the banners and the men. If we let Duke Caro get there first and clean out the old units in the Northern Barracks, it will be difficult to take them back.
This is the golden command of the Overseer. With this, along the road north, military stations, prefectures, and border depots can be mobilized. If you encounter treason, insubordination, or delays in military operations, execute them first and report later. Grace, I am giving you power, not sending you to your death. Stay alive and bring the border back to me.
I will bring the border back. And Duke Caro's life. I will bring that back as well.
This blade cuts through iron like butter. Forget your home training on the road. If anyone stops you, stab them first.
You keep the capital safe. Don't wait until I return to find the gates have been opened again.
I will.
Set out.
This is clearly targeted at Her Highness.
He did not die last night. He was just hung up. The ligature marks are uneven, but means there are not many killers. Can tell you may, they were in a rush. Get down.
Ambush, to arms.
Duke Caro, you are not just fleeing. You really did bring the foreign enemies in with you.
Form shields, stay steady.
Something's not right.
What is it?
The arrows belong to the northern tribes. But the men aren't all northern tribes. Arrows shot from the slope would have a steeper angle. But these hit the ground too flat. It means half of them are hiding in the bushes by the road. They're very close. There aren't many. They're using northern tribes as arrows to panic us. Only a dozen people are in the bushes on the left. Don't charge the hill. Attack the roadside. Who sent you to kill me? You weren't waiting here in ambush. You just retreated from the station up ahead. Something's happened at the station. Leave one alive. Let's go.
Station Master, who did this?
No, not Bondi. It's one of us. They took the military reports before they started killing. They said they had to get ahead of Her Highness.
They're from Gatehaven.
He chased someone before he died. There's wet mud on his soles. The mud is mixed with river sand. The road north of the station is a mountain path. Only the riverside crossing area to the southeast has this kind of terrain. 300 stones of military grain. Arrive at Riverside Crossing tonight.
They're not trying to block your path. They're trying to cut off Gatehaven's supplies.
Someone is blocking the pass ahead. Someone is cutting off supplies from behind. Duke Caro isn't fleeing. He's paving the way to Riverside Crossing. If anyone dares to burn the grain, I'll burn them first.
This grain is all moldy. If it's sent to Gatehaven, it will only kill the soldiers. Burn it! Not a single grain is to be left.
Moldy grain? Then why the rush? Let me have a smell.
Supervisor, Your Highness, how can you be here?
Rotten rice on top, fresh grain hidden below. The stench isn't from mold. It's from corpse water and rotten soup deliberately poured over it, so no one would dare inspect it. Owen Kerr, you're not afraid of the soldiers getting sick. You're afraid of them actually eating this food.
I'm only following orders to destroy it.
Whose orders?
Military weapons hidden in the grain carts.
You're burning grain on the surface, but you're actually using the lost report to smuggle weapons and grain out of Gatehaven. Owen, who gave you the nerve to dare, right in front of me, throw the lives of the border army away? If anyone dares touch another grain tonight, I'll turn them to ash first.
This is a forged imperial decree.
The letter arrived a step ahead of us. If Gatehaven accepts it, forget entering the city. We won't even be able to get close.
You killed the couriers and displayed their bodies not to stop me. But to get this forgery into Gatehaven, isn't that right? The man you left at Sandy Way Station, Gatehaven's Deputy General Blake Vernon, you've been delivering his lethal arrows all along, and he opens the gates for you. Duke Caro's network has already connected with the people inside Gatehaven. If you want to live, I'll give you a way out. Send the message now as planned. Tell Blake. The grain is burned and the path is clear. I won't arrive until tomorrow morning.
Your Highness, you're planning to.
Since he wants to trap me like a rat, I'll have him slam that door shut first.
Reporting, Your Highness. 30 miles ahead, Gatehaven has raised the black flag and closed all 4 gates. A wanted poster has been hung on the city walls. It says Grace is disrupting the border with forged orders. She is to be executed on sight.
Good. Since he won't let me in through the front door, I'll find another way in.
Stop right there. By order of the government, the wicked Queen Grace forged the command tablet to plot against the border. If you take another step, you will be killed on sight.
How dare you? The command tablet is right here. Who dares keep the gates closed?
I also have an order from the Ministry of Defense, an emergency decree co-signed by the government. It is obvious which is real. Eunuch Calvin, if you keep siding with this traitor, I will have you snatched too.
That must be the real courier with the government's orders. Blake, you would even dare to kill a government messenger?
Witches' lies fire.
This is an open rebellion.
It is not that he is afraid to open the gates. He is afraid to let me in. Inside the city, there must be something he is even more afraid of me seeing.
The old drainage tunnel in the southwest corner. I was here when it was renovated in the 27th year of the late emperor. A person can fit through there.
Who is there?
He didn't just drop dead.
Poison again.
First poisoned, then strangled. This is paint from a lieutenant's armor. Before Carter died, he put up a hell of a fight with the killer. Right before he died, he scraped this evidence off the killer's armor.
The general didn't die of illness. That night he drank the farewell wine Blake brought. He collapsed a few minutes later. I said it was poison, so they locked me up. They said they would bury me if I said another word.
Grace, I knew. You would come to make the dead speak. Surround the funeral hall. Don't let anyone escape. The evil empress snuck into the pass. She disturbed the general's coffin. All troops, listen up. Snag her now.
You all say General Carter dropped dead. Then open your eyes and look closely. Would someone who dropped dead have a needle mark on their neck? Would their throat be crushed? Would their hand be clutching? Paint chips from the killer's armor?
His lips were numb before he died. His limbs were twitching. It was poison, not a disease. Someone made a move on him.
You're dead meat, you old fart.
You poisoned the commander. You forged military orders. You kept the Imperial supervisor outside the gates. Blake, you're not guarding the pass. You're selling us out.
So what if I am? Carter clung to old rules. He wasn't fit to lead Gatehaven. Duke Caro has troops, supplies, and loyalists. Gatehaven only has a future with him.
I follow your orders to avenge the General Carter.
Enemy attack. Riders outside the city. It's the Caro banner and the Northern Tribe's Wolf banner.
Snag him.
Too late. I already sent men to open the West Citadel. Once Duke Caro arrives, this city won't belong to the Ashfords anymore.
All troops, listen up. Snag this city.
Where's the beacon? Why isn't it lit?
Reporting to the eunuch, the 2 guards at the tower are dead. The brazier was doused with water. The fire starter is gone too.
They didn't just fail to destroy it. They want to wait until Duke Caro enters. Before they burn the tower clean. Light it. Light it now.
How is this possible? The beacon was clearly extinguished.
Just in time. Let them into the West Citadel. I'm going to trap these wolves.
Your Highness, do we really let them in?
The Citadel is meant for them to enter. How else can we take them all down? Drop the gate.
Grace, you deserve to die.
Compared to you selling offices and betraying the country, I've simply closed the door on you.
Open the gate. Open it now. The Duke is still inside.
Are we opening the city gate or the gates to our nation? Blake. You must pay for Gatehaven with your life.
See for yourself. Blake, in front of the soldiers of Gatehaven, confess what you have done.
It was me. I was the one who acted as the liaison for Duke Caro. General Pierce refused to step down. So I poisoned him. The military seal, the permits, and the forged orders. I was the one who received them all. Duke Caro promised me that once the Northern Barracks surrendered, Gatehaven would be mine. You traitorous scum. You traded the general's life for your own rank.
Duke Caro, did you hear that? You aren't purging the court. You are colluding with the enemy and selling out our borders.
But they still have the Grand Army.
Grace, you might hold Gatehaven, but can you hold the entire Northern Realms?
This is no longer about a single pass.
I know that what Duke Caro intends to sell was never just Gatehaven.
The Northern Tribe's main force is just outside the mountains. If they attack before dawn, Gatehaven might not hold.
He didn't break through the front lines.
What did you find?
At midnight, the flags on White Wolf Road change. Upon seeing the old seal, they defect.
White Wolf Road is the secret path to the Northern Barracks.
Duke Caro didn't have a shot at Gatehaven last night. He's going for the Northern Barracks instead. Once the Northern Barracks see the seal and defect, as soon as it's dawn, Gatehaven won't just be surrounded. Our own crew and the Northern Tribes will crush us together.
Then, what are we waiting for? Send word to the Northern Barracks immediately.
No need. The beacons at White Wolf Road have already been seized. This is your last chance. General Carter didn't just drop dead. Blake poisoned and then strangled him. The fake order to close the pass, and the route that let Duke Caro in were both his doing. Tonight, before all the soldiers of Gatehaven, you will pay for General Carter's life.
Go ahead, kill me. But even if you do, you can't stop the Northern Barracks from changing flags. Once Duke Caro's old seal arrives, will those veterans still listen to you outsiders from the capital? Shut up. Grace, you might hold this gate, but can you hold the loyalty of the Northern Barracks? Once they see the old seal, the ones breaking down the gate for Duke Caro tomorrow will be Great Ashford's own soldiers.
Then before they surrender, I'll send them your head.
Your Highness, the White Wolf Beacon has been seized. We lost 8 men. The Northern Barracks declared at midnight that seeing the Caro seal is like seeing their old commander.
I'll take men to White Wolf Road.
Not to White Wolf Road. We're going to the Northern Barracks. We're going to take that flag back.
Quick, quick!
Pull the trigger.
One more step. Kill.
It really is one of Duke Caro's men.
He didn't die from an arrow wound. He was gagged and strangled first. Then he was used to impersonate a dead messenger.
Ah.
He actually dares to cede the passes.
This isn't borrowing troops. This is treason.
Bring him in. Mrs. Bennet, I only have one question. Is Duke Caro truly rebelling, or are you people from the capital, looking for an excuse to get rid of us old-timers?
The real messenger was smothered by him. The fake orders were delivered to the northern barracks. The old seal you wanted to see is here. But what your former commander gave the northern tribes wasn't a military order. It was the Triple Pass, ceding the Gatehaven, Yunzhong, and Steel River passes, supplying 300,000 stones of grain annually. General Riley, if you switch flags tonight, you aren't welcoming back your former commander. You are personally handing over the gates you've guarded, your whole life to the northern tribes.
Riley Morrow of the Northern Barracks is at your command.
Reporting to your ladyship, Duke Caro is advancing on the city tonight. The northern tribes have set up catapults outside Gatehaven. Dead bodies and sheep are being thrown into the city. The men are saying a plague has arrived.
Return to Gatehaven. They want to use a natural disaster to break our morale. I'm going to strip this facade right off of him.
Your Highness, what's up?
Refugee carts wouldn't leave such deep tracks. The rear wheels of the front cart are nearly stuck in the rock crevices. It's not people inside. It's iron and oil.
They're oil tankers.
They tied the women and children to the front as a shield. Hidden behind are siege oil and ballistas. If this batch enters the Gatehaven outer camp, the Dawn catapult barrage won't just be a scare. It'll burn the city. Save the people first, then burn the carts. Don't let a single one roll out of the canyon.
Attack.
You're not here to fight a war. You're here to turn Gatehaven straight up into a dead pass. We shouldn't stay here long. Let's return to the temporary camp for orders. Clear the Triple Pass and distribute the Northern Realms grain. Once it's done, they'll trade 5 cities in the Northern Realms of Gatehaven for 30,000 troops from the Northern tribes.
5 cities. That old thief. He's selling out half the Northern Front.
With this, Duke Caro won't be able to clear his name, even in front of the whole world.
Your Highness, something happened in Gatehaven. The enemy is using catapults to hurl corpses into the city, along with dead sheep and broken wine jars. Many in the city say the plague god is at work. Morale is crumbling, and someone took advantage of the chaos to throw things into the city's main wells.
Back to the city. Duke Caro, I have proof you sold the pass. I have proof you sold out the country too. Now, it's my turn to go back and cut through your little tricks where you fake the supernatural.
Don't touch the well water. Everyone, stay calm.
This isn't a plague. It's poisoning.
No, it's not divine punishment.
The sheep were poisoned first, then smeared with sewage. They threw arsenic and aconite into the wells, not infected corpses. If it were a real plague, the dead sheep's lungs would be rotten and their skin would be blotchy. But they have none of that. They just want to scare you. So you'll open the gates yourselves.
Do you hear me? It's not divine punishment. It's the enemy.
The poison wasn't thrown in from outside. There's a mole in the city.
Not just a mole. He's opening a second door. For those outside. Close the gates. Kill them.
It figures you're the traitor.
I was just afraid the city would fall. I wanted a way out.
A way out? Duke Caro gave the northern tribes 5 cities, not 5 ways out. You open the gates for him, but he won't even protect your ancestors' graves. How will they attack tomorrow? Speak.
After dawn, Duke Caro will lead his veteran forces to attack the west gate. The northern tribe's Prince Sawyer Draven will pressure from the east. If they don't take it by noon, they'll have to retreat. Because the supplies and oil from Black Rock Canyon last night were supposed to reach the camp this morning.
Which means what they lack most isn't soldiers. It's time.
Very well. As for tomorrow's battle, we'll wear them down until their last breath.
Your Highness, why haven't you ordered the arrows to be fired yet?
Hold our positions. Soldiers of Great Ashford at the West Gate, listen to me carefully. Your Duke Caro didn't just borrow troops from the northern tribes last night. He sold Gatehaven, Yunzhong, and the Triple Pass of Steel River, along with Ironhold in the northern realms, all to the northern tribes.
Don't listen to his lies. Attack the city.
Fire.
You useless lot. Move up! Break down the gate!
Open the west side gate. Follow me.
Grace, you might win this battle, but you won't win forever.
At least today, Gatehaven isn't yours. Don't pursue. Sawyer and his cargo are worth more than he is.
This belongs to me. You can't touch it.
Darkwind Valley is an old mine shaft. It's full of saltpeter and abandoned explosive caches.
Duke Caro isn't retreating. He's going to light an even bigger fire. We won this battle at Gatehaven, but what he truly intends to blow up isn't just a city gate, it's the entire northern line.
This Darkwind Valley on the map. What exactly is this place?
It's an old mining route. The government mined saltpeter there years ago. There was a cave-in later, so it was sealed off. Underneath, there's still a cache of explosives that was never moved out.
If that place really has an explosive cache, Duke Caro's retreat isn't just a retreat.
This isn't a tactical map. It's a demolition plan. 3 fuse lines. 1 to blow White Wolf Road and cut off the northern barracks. 1 to blow Gatehaven Bluff and bury the reinforcements. The last one straight up leads to the cache at the bottom of the valley. He's not just hitting one spot. He's hitting the jugular of the entire northern line. Your father sent you to the front too. Lead the charge and take the pass. Duke Caro sent you into the valley to die. Sawyer, you think he's just using your troops? In reality, he's planning to bury you right along with them.
That old dog Caro, how does he dare?
He already has. Now, I'm only asking you one thing. How far along are the fuses?
It's midnight. 20% of the fuses in the valley are already set. The actual ignition point isn't at the bottom. It's in the abandoned shaft at Northwell.
What? The abandoned shaft at Northwell?
Get to Darkwind Valley. Duke Caro, since he wants to blow the northern realms, I'll go down there and snuff out his fire. Underground myself.
This is literally like hell.
Don't let them reach Northwell. The Northwell shaft connects to the old explosive cache.
Kenneth, how many fuse lines are left in the valley?
3. White Wolf Road, Gatehaven Bluff, and the valley floor cache. But the fuse isn't the real killer. It's the wind. When the 3 a.m. valley wind kicks in, the fire will surge. The whole valley will be toast.
Is there any way to cut it off?
There's an old sluice gate under Northwell. If we open it, it'll flood half the fuse trenches. But it's too late. They've already lit the primer.
It's not just about to start. It's already burning down there.
What's up?
Mike Spence. You were just at the mine gully.
You bastard. You're leading us down a fake path.
Speak. Until when did Duke Caro tell you to stall?
The black dirt under your fingernails is from pressing down the fuse lines. The gunpowder in your sleeve is because you're afraid you won't find the ignition point if you go too far. You're not a guide. You came back to confirm if the fire reached its target.
Don't kill me, the Duke said. As long as I stall until 3 a.m. No one can leave the valley. But the old sluice gate isn't sealed yet. It can still be opened from the abandoned west mine entrance.
Riley, take your men to rescue. The miners' family's being held. Lord, follow me to the west mine entrance. Since Duke Caro wants to stall, then I'll take his time and cut it short for good. This is bad.
What's up?
The main fire source isn't here. The water only flooded the surface lines. The real explosives are in the deepest part of the mine. Duke Caro is inside. He's going to light the final fire himself.
If this really lights up, half the mountain will be blown away.
Once the Northern Tribe's main force enters the valley, seal the entrances and trigger the main charge. Bury Great Ashford and the Northern Tribes together.
This old fart is nuts.
He isn't crazy. He knows his treason can no longer be hidden. So he wants to bury everyone who knows, along with the Northern Tribes to keep it clean.
Lord, the man lighting the fuse has headed up with the wolf-bone horn. He said once the Northern Tribes enter the valley, he'll blow the signal to let the others in through the east entrance.
Marquise, take your men and guard the mine entrance. Nobody touches the explosives. I'm going up the hill to cut off his signal before he can blow it. The horn hasn't even sounded yet, and you're already in a hurry to dig your own grave.
Grace. You think you can scare me off with a prisoner?
Everyone in the valley, listen up. This is the alliance gift Duke Caro prepared for the Northern Tribes. Once the Wolf Riders enter the valley, seal the entrances and trigger the main charge. Bury Great Ashford and the Northern Tribes together.
Shut up!
Ah.
Stop him.
Northern Barracks, listen up! Seal the east entrance. Don't let a single traitor escape.
Over there. Have the archers target only the southwest slope. Collapse that thin rock face.
Target the mountain.
Behind it is an old slag heap. Bring it down. The debris can bury the second trench. The main explosives can't all go off. We can only let them blow on one side.
He's sacrificing half the valley to secure the entire northern line.
So, you came after all. Grace. Do you think that as long as I'm dead, this game is over?
What's inside?
Guess if it's the person in the capital who opened the gates for me, or the remnants of the Caro family's network? Or perhaps it's the one you want to protect most? Evidence that your majesty has been targeted for a long time.
Evelyn. She still has people in the palace.
You want to know? Then go find out in the afterlife.
Duke Caro, is this still the only trick you have? When you lose, you want to take everyone down with you.
The path back has collapsed. If we don't get out now, we'll all be buried here.
Smash it here. This isn't a dead end, it's a ventilation shaft.
Grace, you want to catch me? Too late.
It figures the Caros only know this one needle technique.
If I had succeeded, the world would be mine.
You don't want the world. You're just afraid of losing. Duke Caro forged the imperial decree, poisoned the princess, embezzled military funds, opened the palace gates, and betrayed the passes. Ceded cities in exchange for soldiers, intending to use explosives in Darkwind Valley to bury both Great Ashford and the Northern Tribes, along with both their armies. Any one of those crimes warrants 100 deaths.
Supervisor, please give the order.
The victor takes all. No need for such fine words.
By military law, Duke Caro is to be executed on the spot.
Reporting to your majesty. There was a fire in the inner court last night. Evelyn has disappeared. His Majesty suddenly coughed up blood and fainted this morning. The imperial physician visits it looks like an old poison.
Duke Caro is dead, but the Caro's blade, it figures, has not been put away clean. Hand Gatehaven over to Riley. Escort Sawyer back to the military tent. The rest of you, follow me back to the capital. It's cinnabar, and there's a scent of arsenic.
How is it? Is it really an old toxin?
It's not an old toxin resurfacing. Someone has been training the poison to look like an old toxin. Heart-corroding powder was mixed into the cinnabar pen. It entered his system bit by bit every day through his hands and mouth. It's not enough to kill him instantly. It just makes it look like he's suffering from a chronic illness. But today, someone added a trigger to the soothing soup. They added Borneol trigger. It caused all the accumulated toxins to flare up at once.
Which means His Majesty wasn't poisoned just today.
Right. Someone targeted him long ago. Just waiting for the poison to be triggered today.
Blank decree scrolls.
He wasn't just poisoned. Someone is forcing him to write a decree.
This is bad. The ceremonial office found a box of blank decree scrolls is missing, and a spare imperial seal.
The killer doesn't want him dead immediately. They want His Majesty unconscious. To give someone 3 days to forge the decree and seize power. Where is Evelyn? Take me to the fire scene real quick. Yes.
It's not her.
Evelyn lived a life of luxury. She wouldn't have needle calluses like these on her hands. Look at her left ear. During the spring banquet, when Evelyn was dragged away, her left earlobe was torn. There should be a scar on the earlobe. But this body's ears are intact.
Then who was burned to death?
Prince Julian.
This fire in the inner court wasn't something Evelyn could have set on her own. She escaped the dungeon through the ceremonial office's secret passage, burning a replacement and leaving behind threads from the prince's manor. She didn't just escape. Someone took her away.
Reporting to your highness and your majesty. Prince Julian heard his majesty is gravely ill. He entered the palace overnight. He's currently outside the palace gate requesting an audience.
He's not here for an audience. He's here to receive the decree.
My brother is gravely ill. The country cannot go a day without a leader. The crown prince is too young. The empress has been at the border for too long. The government cannot remain in limbo. I asked to serve as regent for now. Once my brother wakes, I will return full power to him.
The head of the imperial physicians committed suicide last night out of guilt. He left a confession before he died. It states that His Highness had clocked the emperor's poisoning long ago, but suppressed the news.
Bring in the body. Since he killed himself out of guilt, that's perfect. Dead men are better at keeping secrets they never lie. Someone who hangs themselves will have a protruding tongue, purple swollen eyes, and an upward rope mark. There should be abrasions on the back of the neck from struggling. But his tongue isn't out, his eyes aren't swollen, and the back of his neck is clean. The rope mark is a ghostly white. This man was already dead before he was hung. This confession wasn't written at the Imperial Hospital either. The ink is mixed with ambergris and cinnabar ash. It's ink from the ceremonial office. A man who dies in the Imperial Hospital yet uses ink from the ceremonial office for his confession? Prince Julian, would you like to explain this? Also, whoever grinds the toxic cinnabar for His Majesty daily, whose hands would rot first.
Frank Spence. You handle the Emperor's brushes, don't you?
Since Frank is a suspect, we can investigate further. But as long as my brother is unconscious, the throne cannot sit empty. Before sunset today, I will ask the Heritage Court to discuss the regency with the ministers.
Frank, you really think you're the one in charge, don't you?
Where is Evelyn?
You set the fire in the inner court. You opened the secret passage. And you stole the blank imperial scrolls. If you don't talk, you won't be the only one dying tonight. I won't spare a single soul in your family.
Consort Evelyn left through the inner court. It's the old passage of the ceremonial office. Prince Julian is going to the Grand Sanctuary at midnight to take the secondary seal left by the late emperor in the Ancestor Hall. He wants to use that seal to pressure the Heritage Court. Don't let them get into the Ancestor Hall.
Let's go. We're going to the Grand Sanctuary tonight to see who Evelyn and Prince Julian are actually trying to put on the throne.
It figures it was you.
You're following quite closely, Grace. But no matter how fast you are, can you save the Emperor?
Where is the third catalyst for the poison you gave him?
Take a guess. Is it in the Imperial incense? Or in tonight's incense ashes in the Ancestor Hall? Once tonight passes, the poison will reach his heart. By then, Prince Julian will use the deputy seal to act as regent. The crown prince will be deposed. Even if you're alive, you can only watch it happen.
Let him have the deputy seal for now. But his sneak attack tonight, I've already marked it against him.
Before noon tomorrow, the Crown Prince will no longer be the Crown Prince.
My royal brother is gravely ill. The deputy seal is here. The lords of the Heritage Court are here as well. The Empress barged into the Grand Sanctuary at night, and the Crown Prince failed to protect the Emperor. If we don't discuss the Regency today, it would be an act of disloyalty to the state.
Prince Julian speaks well. But why was the hidden compartment in the Ancestor Hall opened privately last night? The seals on this cover are all intact, clearly recording that. The deputy seal was never unsealed before last night.
What does a single seal prove? Frank tampered with the Grand Sanctuary. I only found out this morning.
In the hidden compartment of the Eastern Palace's study this morning, this was found. The Crown Prince illegally mobilized troops and colluded with the border army, intending to seize control of the court while His Majesty is ill.
A series of interlocking schemes.
Grace, you may keep the Phoenix seal, but as for the matter of the Eastern Palace, you must give the Heritage Court and the realm an explanation. Before noon, the Crown Prince must surrender his military power and await the inquiry.
Your Majesty, the evidence is all here. Stalling will only make things worse.
It's a fake.
You're just talking, Your Majesty.
The real Crown Prince's tally has a chip on the 7th scale of the dragon pattern on the back. It's an old mark from when His Highness took a fall during writing practice at 13. Yours has perfect scales. Now look at these secret letters. The East Palace usually uses chungsin paper, which has a pure white core. Yours have yellow streaks in the grain. It's paper from the ceremonial office's warehouse. About the ink, it's mixed with resin and iron filings. It matches the fake seals used by Leonard and Julian.
Nolan Rivers, who told you to frame the East Palace?
Nolan, commander of the Capitol Guard. Who planted the tally? Who sent the third ingredient for the poison into Violet Hall?
I was only told to surround the East Palace. I didn't deliver the poison. It came from the old temple in Radiance Palace.
The old temple in Radiance Palace. It figures. She's still in the palace.
You're finally here, Grace. An hour later and His Majesty's heart would have been locked in for good. Stay back. If you push me, I'll take the final recipe to my grave. Then Adam Ashford will have to die with me.
If Prince Julian actually takes the throne, you'll be the first one he silences. You poisoned for him, cleared his path, and did his dirty work. Once he's regent, your very existence is evidence against him. You think you still have leverage? You don't. All you can choose now is whether you die by Prince Julian's hand or mine.
Fine. Fine. Then listen closely. The cinnabar is the base poison. The aconite in the sedative tea is the catalyst. The final heart-locking ingredient is in the incense ash at the Ancestor Hall. To save him, you have to work backward. Use the residue on my hairpin as the primer. 3 needles to the heart, then drain the black blood.
This isn't saving him. It's killing him. There's a 90%
chance he dies, and 10% he lives. Aren't you the expert at gambling with lives? This time, bet on Adam Ashford's life.
The assembly bell at Grand Pavilion is ringing. Prince Julian is about to announce the decree.
Just in time. I'll go save him. Drag Evelyn to the hall.
You're really going to use her poisoned hairpin?
She was right. This poison isn't just 1 layer, it's 3. Standard antidotes won't reach the heart.
But if we slip up,
he's gone. But if we don't do it, he won't make it until morning.
His pulse is gone.
Your Majesty.
How is it in the hall?
Prince Julian is waiting for you to die. Then let him dig his own grave first.
My brother is critically ill and unconscious. The Crown Prince is unfit. The Empress has overstepped. Today, I shall act as regent according to the law. I will oversee the government for now, until a new path is divined.
Hold on.
Grace, you've arrived just in time. Evelyn has escaped prison. I was just about to.
Prince Julian, you want to rule. Fine. Then why don't you oversee these accounts first? The arson in the inner court was your doing. You took Evelyn away. The lead eunuch of the ceremonial office who stole the decree was yours. You ordered Frank to use the secondary seal in the Ancestor Hall. The fake tallies and secret letters in the East Palace. You planted them there this morning. About His Majesty's poison. Tell us, was it your idea alone? Or did Prince Julian do it with you?
We did it together. He told me to use the poison to treat the old ailment. He told me to wait for today to force the decree. He promised me that once the crown prince was deposed, I would be the new empress.
That witch is lying. Guards snagged the empress and the crown prince.
Who dares? Your Majesty.
I'm not dead yet. And you're already so eager for my seat? Prince Julian, you conspired with the inner court, forged a decree to throw a coup, and plotted to seize the regency. Effective today, you are stripped of your rank and reduced to a commoner. You're going to the Heritage Court's death row to await trial. Evelyn, the deposed consort who escaped prison and poisoned the sovereign, your crimes are unforgivable. It's the death penalty.
Reporting to Your Majesty and Her Majesty. We dug up explosives under the bed in the East Palace, iron canisters and fuses. The fuse has burned down to 6 inches. One step later, and the whole East Palace would have been lit.
If we don't move now, it'll be too late.
Nobody move.
What's up?
This is a double failsafe.
It's not a failsafe. It's to stop anyone from helping. The more you rush, the faster you die. Wet blankets and fine sand. Copper coins. Don't touch the bed. Secure the bed legs first and lower the silver wire.
There's still fire.
It's a cluster bomb. The canister under the bed is just the subcharge. The main charge isn't here.
It's the old workshop's design. 3 subs to 1 main. 1 blast triggers 3 spots.
Stop guarding the East Palace. The real target to get lit isn't this bed. It's where everyone will be standing tomorrow.
There's a survivor.
It's not about lighting the East Palace. The East Palace is a decoy. They're herding everyone out. At 7 a.m., once the Grand Pavilion bell rings, the main charge will detonate. The whole court will be there.
The morning assembly is tomorrow. Everyone will be at the Grand Pavilion.
Tomorrow morning isn't about someone overseeing the state. Someone wants the entire government to pass away along with the Emperor and His Highness.
Your Majesty, the Grand Pavilion is for official business only. You can't just barge in with armed guards. It's completely out of line.
Shut up.
Master Conrad, didn't you want decorum? Then stand right there. In a few minutes, you and your decorum will be lit. Lift the tiles.
There really is a bomb.
Where does this wire lead?
Wait. The master bomb isn't just triggered by the bell. It's also connected to a pilot light. If the flame goes out, both bombs will go off. If the flame stays lit, the Heritage Court will be lit too.
They don't want the prince to run things. They're just afraid he'll talk. That's not smoke. It's toxic ash mixed with incense. They're using the chaos to silence everyone. Recognize this?
Serenity Palace. Evelyn Caro and Trevor Denton. They used to meet there often. There are old secret passages there, as well as an abandoned incense room from the late Emperor's time.
Keep talking.
They have one last decree. It's not a regency order, but a decree to depose the heir. If they clear the way through Serenity Palace tonight and announce it at the Ancestor Hall, even if you don't die, you'll be framed for regicide and treason. Grace, if you don't stop Trevor, once the Ancestor Hall goes off, the Ashford family's reputation will be trashed.
Then to Serenity Palace. I want to see who's nailing the lid on. The Caro's coffin. This is a rare incense from the West. I didn't expect it to be hidden here.
Wait, isn't this an abandoned inner palace? How does it connect to Ancestor Hall?
Speak. The Emperor's chronic illness after every ritual, was it fed in from here?
Yes. Trevor had me guard this vent. During every ritual, he has someone add a catalyst to the main incense in Ancestor Hall. The wind carries the scent through the old path, to Violet Hall. His Majesty suffers from headaches and fever after every ritual. Your humble maidservant thought it was just his old illness.
So Father's chronic poisoning has worsened with every ritual.
They are trying to set up a trap at Ancestor Hall, to frame the prince for treason, and then announce the decree.
More than that. They'll use toxic incense to cause chaos, then blow up the hall with explosives. Finally, they'll pin the deposition decree on the prince.
Trevor said once tonight's ritual is over, even the survivors will have to kneel and accept the decree.
Tonight, he's not just seizing the throne. He's sentencing everyone left alive to death.
If His Majesty cancels the memorial ritual tonight, it will only cause more chaos outside. But if it proceeds as planned...
Proceed, but swap the incense with ours. Empty the explosives in advance, and replace the officials with our own people.
You're going to beat them at their own game.
What Trevor fears most isn't us knowing. It's us knowing and not showing up.
What if he doesn't show his face tonight?
He will. Because the decree is missing one final stroke. The original blood decree His Majesty was forced to write last night.
Then let him come for it.
Tonight at Ancestor Hall, we aren't just performing a ritual. We're inviting the Caro family to crawl out itself.
Before the late Emperor's sanctuary, Your Majesty issued a secret edict during his illness long ago to depose the Crown Prince and censure the Empress. It shall be proclaimed today.
If you dare read that, then before our ancestors, I will take this fake edict and tear it to pieces for all to see.
This edict is written on His Majesty's blood-stained paper, with the old seal of the sanctuary as proof.
The paper is real, but the words were added later. On paper, truly soaked in blood, the ink would feather. But your writing sits on top of the blood, without a single frayed edge. Look at the creases. That scrap of paper last night was crumpled in His Majesty's hand. The creases should have come before the words, but the words on this edict sit perfectly across those creases. Evelyn. You took a real piece of blood-stained paper and turned it into a fake edict.
Trevor, you lied to me. I lost to you, but don't celebrate too soon. What Trevor wants has never been just the edict.
Where is he going?
Meridian Gate. The Lantern Tower. Once the 9-city signal fire is lit, those survivors outside will all come.
To the Meridian Gate. Tonight, whoever dares to light the 9-city signal fire, I will make them fall from the Lantern Tower first.
Listen up, everyone. As soon as the signal flare goes off, the old guard and the sleeper cells will strike at once. By tomorrow, the whole city will know that the Crown Prince committed treason, the Empress threw a coup, and His Highness tried to seize the throne.
Trevor, I dare you to light it.
Why wouldn't I? I have the secondary seal and the decree to depose the heir right here. Once that signal goes up, the real becomes fake, and the fake becomes real.
You're out of fire now.
You're holding a piece of junk you pieced together, and you dare call it a decree? First, the scrap of bloody paper in His Majesty's hand last night was just crumpled. The blood should have pooled inward. But yours was flattened before the blood was dabbed. The stains spread outward. Second, His Majesty is gravely ill. He's too weak to hold a pen. His writing from last night was shaky and faint. But the strokes on this decree are as sharp as a blade. Third, a real decree bears the imperial seal. Not the secondary seal you stole from Ancestor Hall. What you stole isn't destiny, it's stolen property.
Get on your knees.
So what if you caught me? Grace, you'll never wash away the words deposed Empress. That needle at the lotus pond back then didn't even kill you. You got lucky.
Trevor, that mouth of yours has finally told the truth about what happened. For me. You won't be lighting any fires in this city. But the fire that burned me all those years ago, tonight, I'm going to make you put it out yourself.
Trevor conspired with the Caro faction. He plotted to bomb the Grand Sanctuary. He forged the imperial decree. Prince Julian used a fake decree to throw a coup. He attempted to seize the regency. Both are equally guilty. Turn them over to the high courts for a joint trial. They shall be executed according to the law after autumn. Bring it forward. Back then, you said by the lotus pond that you didn't just fall into the water by accident. That you were first pricked with a needle. I didn't believe you. Trevor, I want you to confess the truth about the deposition of the Empress. Was it Evelyn? Did Duke Caro and you conspire to frame her?
Yes.
Eunuch Calvin, bring the decree that deposed the Empress. Proclaim to the world. The former Empress Grace was framed by slander. She nearly died in the cold palace. The old case is fully overturned today. The Caro faction deceived the crown. The evidence is undeniable. From this day forward, Grace is exonerated, her status is fully restored, the Phoenix Seal and the Golden Registry, and the position of Mistress of Harmony Palace all belong to the Empress. If anyone dares to slander the Empress again, or dares to attempt to take her life, they shall be charged with high treason. I owe you for that needle back then. Today, I return the truth to you first.
I have remembered it for a long time.
I won't anymore. From now on, if anyone dares to lay a hand on you, they must answer to me first.
Only today is this needle finally pulled out clean.
Greetings, Your Majesty.